This is probably going to be the easiest money you'll ever make in this bull run, and I'm going to show you how I'm turning a few $1,000s to over 100k with a very step-by-step plan with the Sui coin and really the Sui ecosystem. But what I want to tell you is, I think if even you have a couple of $1,000s, you can turn that over into six figures, and I'm going to break it down completely transparency, and I'm just going to share my thoughts. So if you like this video, smash up the like buttons. If you don't, hey, it's alright, we'll live. So how I'm going to turn $7,500 into over 100k, and I think we can go way higher than this, and I'll break that down. But the reason why I'm sharing this is because I put a little thing on my poll here on the community. I was like, what's your goals for the bull run? And a lot of people, which I expected, was to get to that first six figures. So 100k to 200k, here it is here, right here. I see exactly, what people are looking at. Some people are going after the $1 million, that's great. But a lot of people, and what I expected, is people just want their first six figures, right? If you can get six figures and you've never had six figures in your life, that can completely change the game. Give you so much confidence, kind of do what you want within reason, and it'll set yourself up for future bull runs. You might be able to take less hours at your job. It's just a great play. But behind that great play, you need a great strategy, right? Because what coins you're going to buy, how you're going to execute it. So a lot of stuff we need to talk about. So firstly, before I give you the strategy, as a DCA, if you just wanted to DCA into Sui and the Sui ecosystem, and you didn't want to do the strategy I'm going to give you today, Sui can still get you somewhat close to the 100k. E.g., if Sui does a 10x, which I think is possible, $15 or so, it's possible, but it is going to be risky, right? Especially on a $4 billion market cap. That is what we need to be honest with. But numbers don't lie, and it's funny how no one was interested in this coin, just like Solana at $8, but now it's the talk of the town. So here's what we know about Sui before we get into strategy. TPS, time to finality, the transactions, the average cost is absolutely great for a scalable network. Now I love Solana. I still have the Solana. I've got a few Solana trades. I've got a few Solana pools. It is a great play. The only problem with Solana is if you are a small investor, it is not going to get you across the door if you have, let's say, $5,000 or so to 100k. In my opinion, in the bull run, you're not going to get there just looking at the market caps. We need to be realistic. Let's have a mental, good head on our shoulders and not hold this thing down because we're waiting for $3,000, $4,000 Solana. I promise you it's not going to happen. Now we have the total active accounts on Sui, which is massive, and the total transactions. So now we're just comfortably chilling in the billions of dollars. This is great for especially a $4 billion market cap coin. And here's what I noticed. You can come on DeFi Llama and you can check the TVL. And what I noticed with most coins that start to go well is the price correlates with the volume. So what you can see here is the volume and the TVL start to rocket, and then the price follows, right? When TVL and all that was kind of low, Sui was dumping, right? Or not, Sui wasn't dumping, but it was, it went from $2, I think, down to like 0.70. So it had a kind of brutal storm in between, but the people that took advantage of that, you got some great DCAs, right? And here's what I also want to share real quick. These guys are also making, I don't know if you've seen this before I give you the strategy, they're making a PSP kind of console thing, right? This kind of reminds me of a PSP if you guys are old enough to remember, maybe a Nintendo Switch kind of looking thing that you guys maybe play now, but it looks like a PSP, and it actually looks like, again, no promises here, looks like they've got some good games. I might pre-order this. I don't know when the date's coming out. They just say in 2025. But here's the beautiful thing. They've got a revenue machine as well in this sort of e-com space. I don't know how much they're going to raise, but I'm telling you, man, Sui going after the gaming space, which looks like what they're going, fuck me. I don't want to swear, but F me, man. This is absolutely fantastic. This is going to get a lot of other people, especially outside of cryptocurrency, and if they're doing play to earn, they're going to be actually playing Sui project. I'm probably earning free Sui. It's just going to make this TVL transactions go absolutely crazy, man. So that's not really what I want to talk about, but it's just something maybe you haven't seen it. I've seen it was 2 weeks or so ago. They launched a YouTube video on it. That gets me pumped, man. That gets my price predictions. I'm like, Moonboy, let's keep on track. Let's not look at $50 Suis, but you never know, man. You never know. But I want to be realistic. Now, this is where you could get lazy. So what I sometimes like to do is I sometimes like to go on market cap OF, and I can look at Sui's price right now to the current market cap of Solana. Now, again, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if this did happen, that would give you about a $25 Solana. right? Sui or Solana's all-time high in the last bull run, you were looking at 21x. Now, obviously, as we know, Solana's market cap is most likely going to be a lot higher in this bull run. So that's where you can get some crazy multipliers. But remember, you have to be safe in this game. I'm not promising a $33. I'm not promising any higher than this. I'm really going to be looking for a $10 to $15 market cap, and that's what we're kind of going to base this video off. But we're going to come back to this at the end because I think this is very important. When you're looking at strong coins to invest in, it's very important to see what other coins are doing with TVL. Obviously, Solana has more, but as Sui expands, especially in this new gaming space that they're going under, could be great. Could be absolutely fantastic. So here's Solana's market cap right now. The main point, Solana's probably going to go to $500, $700, kind of bear case to safe case scenario. Obviously, we expect 900 to 1.2k would be nice, but again, that's just what we're looking at. But just remember, Solana has already went from give or so $9 or $10 to $200. Just remember that. So Solana's already 20x'd. If you manage to catch the bear kind of cycle of Solana, you are sitting pretty, and it might be a good strategy to roll over some Solana. Again, I'm not telling you what to do in this video with your own bags. I'd never want to tell you that, but it might be a good strategy if you're looking up to free up capital and you took a trade like this. It might be good to allocate some of that if you don't have fresh money coming in to start rolling over to Sui. Just a thought there. So here's what we know. The market cap of Sui is currently $4 billion, right? The price right now, give or take, it's been on an absolute tear since the GG indicator called it about 70 cents. You pretty much doubled your money. Fantastic. Don't know if you guys were involved in that, but great. Sui is aggressively stealing Solana's market cap. And I generally prefer, I'm wearing blue for a reason, I generally prefer Sui's ecosystem. I think it's a lot better, man. I just think it's way more scalable. It's actually doing what it says in the tin. Not really had any downtime. And of course, they're now making a PSP kind of Nintendo Switch looking, console. Will it be good? Will it be bad? We'll soon find out. 2025, we're kind of looking at. So here is the strategy. Here's why you're here. Here's what I plan to make 100k with Sui. Now, I gave you the main strategy. If you were just to buy 10, just simple strategy. If you bought 10k worth of Sui, and Sui obviously went to $15 or so, there you go. But I don't think, if I just left you with that, you'd be like, okay, Jake. I don't think that's a good enough strategy because I want you guys to play Sui how we're playing Sui in a safer way, but be able to stack way more Sui for free. So, Sui was 15x. We'd already do that. Super easy. 4 billion market cap. Of course, that would be risky, right? If you did a 4 billion times 10, 40 billion, 50 billion, 15 or so X, it's getting a little bit frothy. Can Sui do that? Sure, but is that likely? I'm not too sure. So here's what I'm doing instead, and here's what I think you should do. So you probably believe the bull market or the peak run should be about a year from now, right? 2024, September, 2025, September. That's where we should, according to previous cycles, expect peak runs, right? That's what we're looking at. That's what we can really, base this case scenario off. And I think that's fine to do that, right? Because it happened every other cycle. So here's how you can do it. And here's how I'm doing it. In pools, if you're looking at pools, and again, at this end of this video, I'll kind of show you how to set up a pool if you want to do this yourself, completely for free. So here's my 3 Sui pools. And again, nobody else will show you this. Nobody else is, I don't think, are sharing this kind of strategy because, yes, again, it's great to DCA in coins. But that, in my opinion, that's not good enough. It really isn't good enough because you could do so much more damage if you're coming in here with a lower bank balance. Even me, I went from 7.5k. You can see the values here on this pool is already more than 7.5k. This is at 8k. This is at 4k. This is at 1.1k. My Sui rewards, you can see them here. Again, full transparency, live. I'll refresh just because I just wanted to show you guys that we're actively doing this on a daily basis. Who else opens up their wallets like that? I don't know. Probably nobody. So my current value is pretty much doubled. I went from 7.5k to 14k in about 2 months or 3 months since I started this pool. Probably 2.5 months. I am stacking, okay, and this is the kicker. I'm stacking every single day, you can see it here, 30 free Solana, 30 free Sui, and 30 free USDC. And this is going to be the kicker, right? If we expect the bull run is about 1 year ago away, 365 days or whatever, that's what we should expect, okay? $21,000, of course, half of this is in Sui, and half of this is in USDC. Right? Just doing this, it's like a daily wage for me back in the day. I used to make about $60 or so a day, I guess you could say, in my old sales job. That's pretty crazy, just for starting with a bank balance of 7.5k. But here's where it changes, man. If we expect SUI to hit $10 to $15, like I'm going to base this video off, it's $109,000. Okay, I'm timesing that by 10. If we get a SUI of about $10 to $15, of course half of that is in USDC. Just keep that transparency there, and I'm going to break it down. So here's exactly what my SUI pools look like now. First pool is 843 SUI. Second pool is 96. Third pool is 50. And again, they're right here. That's how much they have. The free SUI, when I didn't start to compound, I've got about 272 SUI in here. That's valued about $422. Again, if you times this by 10, e.g. the $15 SUI token, it's about 12k. So 12 plus the free 109k, again, this is half in USDC, just keep that in mind. We've completed it, right? And again, if this is sounding foreign to you, I'll break it down. We start pools, and I'll show you how to do this at the end of the video. We start SUI pools because here's the thing. We already are believing in SUI, right? That's why you invest in it. Now again, you don't have to do this. You can go and buy the 10k worth of SUI, wait for the $15 SUI, and you can complete your 100k strategy there. But again, looking at most people, and what I would estimate from the poll at the start of this video, a lot of people don't just have 10k to chuck in SUI, right? It's a big bank balance, especially if that is your full bank balance, to just go in one coin. That is reckless. What if SUI doesn't pay off? You wish your whole bull run back. So that wouldn't be a good strategy. So a better strategy would be doing something like this. Again, some of this will be in USDC, like I said, but you get the point. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Because again, you can look at here and you can look at the $15 or so price mark and it'll get you there. But again, just stacking this, and I'll show you how to do it in a second, that's crazy because you complete the goal, you get free income. And again, this doesn't just leave after the bull run, right? So after the bull run, we all cash out. We'll make 100k in SUI, we make whatever it is on other coins. But then we can take this money and we can go against USDC, okay, which is a stable coin. It's not going anywhere. And we can just lend it out for 10% a year. Or we can stack this on USDT, which again is another stable coin. Probably isn't going anywhere. We believe in them. You probably hold them right now. And we can probably get 15 to 20% a year. We're stacking this, okay, in a decent six-figure portfolio for the next bull run of 26, 27 by the time that bear market kicks in. We have way more cash and we can look at opportunities like this in the market. Brother, I'm trying my best to make this as simplified as possible, but doesn't that just change the game? That completely changes the game because again, holding them is great, but being able to stack about 30 free SUI on a very small bank balance here is crazy. Now here's how you can go even crazier. If you compound this daily, e.g. you take the $60 or so, 30 SUI, $30 on my positions here, you can reinvest them back in the pool. So for example, if I increase the liquidity, I bank them because I get the profits here. Once I collect the fees, I can put them back in here and I can literally turbo finance. I can turbo this liquidity and start really banking it. And that's where you can take that 60 a day, reinvest back in your pools, and you maybe go from 130k by the bull market. You do this for a whole year, you're looking at 200 to 300, maybe even 500k if SUI really goes crazy. The only problem you have is if you have to stay in range, but people are going to say, what about liquidity? What about impermanent loss? You would just reset your pools, okay? You're getting to cash out free. It almost takes profits for you, and then you can restart your pools. Yes, you would have to buy SUI higher, okay? But that's just the game. That's a game with this pool. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So I'll give you a super short demo how to set this up. But if you want a bulletproof way, one-to-one with me and some of my boys inside the private community, first link in the description. I don't want to sell you it. I want to give you as much free value as possible. But if you have the cash and you're like, okay, let me just let Jake do this for me. Let me get inside the community. Let me find other pools like this. You can just click the first link in the description, book a call, and if it's a good fit, we'll let you in. If it's not, you get free value. It's a free call. There's nothing to sell you here. So how do you do this for yourself? There's many other platforms you can use, but like I said, we really like this for Turbo Finance. It just seems to be the best kind of strategy. So how you do this, you come on Turbo Finance, you come on USDC, and let's say you were looking at the same pool as me, which was obviously USDC and SUI. Man, this is paying you 415%. It's crazy. You would add liquidity, You would have your Sui wallet here. Hopefully you guys know how to do this, just like a MetaMask wallet. Just type in Sui wallet, Google Chrome. Make sure you don't click on any scam accounts. Make sure it's the right one. Just test with $100 or so, blah, 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 blah. Now what these guys, they'll want you to do is they want you to do like a light version. We like the pro version because you get to control your ranges. So for example, you can say here, hey, if you don't think Sui is going to go below $1 again, you could have it base case here. The tighter range you go, the more yield you can get. So I'm making 60 a day, for example, on my pools here. But if I wanted to earn way more than that, I can bring these ranges way tighter. But to be safe, what I would probably do is go to about 2.5. Again, this is super wide. You should be in this range for ages, to about 1. You're probably not going to come out the 1 range, but again, you never know. So if you want to do a little bit more cute, you can bring this down. You can see the APRs went drastically down. So it's however you want to play this, right? If you don't want to do that, you just go in light version and do it for yourself. And then you just deploy. And once you do that, what you're going to have is you're going to have a pool. And this is so motivating, man, because every single second, just as we're speaking, the rewards are being calculated. How this works is you provide liquidity. You're doing exactly what Sui is supposed to do. For traders, they come in there, they use this because it's way cheaper than Coinbase, etc. And you're providing a service. And in return, you get free cash, USDC, and you get free Sui. You're collecting the free Sui because you believe in Sui anyways, right? Again, something to think about. It's something that we're doing, and that's exactly how I'm turning 7,500 to well over 100k in this bull market. I always show this on my channel, but I wanted to do like a step-by-step version. Of course, if you want to join the community, you can. I'm not here to sell you on that, but that's how you do it. Everybody always says, well, how did you do it? How did you do it? That's basically it. Turbo Finance, there's no affiliate link. These guys don't pay me. We've been doing this actively. I've been sharing this for months now. Earn, choose the pool that you want. If you like other pools, there's a lot more other pools you can check out. There's a lot more riskier. There's some shit coins here that are giving you 1,000% APR. But again, 1,000% APR, if this LIQ, whatever this shit, goes to 0, doesn't matter if it's paying me 1,000,000% APR, because 1,000,000% APR, guess what? Of 0 is 0. Hopefully you got some value. Just something I wanted to share because nobody seems to talk about. Everybody's like, DCA, 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 buy here, sell at $15. Well, that's good, it's cute, but you're missing out on so much more opportunity. And here is the kicker. You don't have to wait until Sui goes to $15 here. You could take profits at $5 or $6 or $7 and make way more than the guy that's waiting for $15. Just all I got. Let me know.